right about that?
What is going on? Yeah, he's
That's why they call it Dirty Sixth? Yeah.
As I was saying, they are picking up a small percentage of negative people, Japanese people, and portraying as that's Japanese people. If you have enough compassion, I think you would understand. But I want you to think about this. If you are a foreigner living in Japan, you are already having so many frustrations. Like getting visa it's really hard for you. You must be visiting the immigration office every single year or 3 years, and it's really hard to get a visa. You see those restaurants and shops that say no foreigners, even though you are doing everything right, working in Japan, taxing in Japan, being kind to Japanese people. But this, I don't know, American.
I heard that Japanese people did like a protest recently where they were protesting against migrants, and they said they didn't want street shitters in their fucking country.
What is it? Off I go then.
I saw this. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my god. And it's like, so I never really know what to believe.
Here we go.
What? Yes, we are.
Yep. Yep. It's mostly cops. I think it's cops protecting the people that are doing it, because you see the cops on the outside. Man, that is crazy. The special kind of immigrant, but yeah, how'd that happen? I mean, in my opinion, it's like if the people don't want immigrants to come to their country, or they don't want to have refugees or migrants or anything like that, that's totally good with me. I mean, they've got no fucking obligation to take in some other random country's people. Who gives a fuck about them? So yeah, no, I agree with them, right? I get it. Now, obviously, you know, it's like, I don't know if they have a democracy over there or not, but things like this should be voted on and then decided based off of the most amount of people who want the one thing. I don't know, I think it's pretty simple.
Ready to work.
Yeah, welcome to globalization. Well, you know, fuck them.
They are asking around that type of gaijin in like Shibuya and Roppongi, and those gaijins are like, oh, you know, Japanese people are so easy. You don't have to follow their manners. You don't have to learn the language and culture. You don't have to respect them. Just use the foreigner card, you know, make it look like all the foreigners, many foreigners in Japan are like that. You wouldn't feel good about it. It doesn't really make anything better about your life. The reputation of you as a foreigner in Japan might get worse even. You will be mad, right? And
I can guarantee you the reputation of foreigners is probably worse in Japan over the last 10 years. I mean, you had Logan Paul. I mean, that really didn't help at all, did it? That kind of really kind of messed things up, set things back a little bit. And then you had that other guy recently, Johnny Somali. Yeah, remember him?
It's what I am dealing with right now.
It's the last thing they want to deal with.
Especially Japanese women, right? I mean, maybe I should talk for Japanese men too, but you know, I am a Japanese woman, so representing Japanese women, we already have difficulties. It's hard for us to be taken seriously sometimes because of those JV actresses, those super cute, sexy anime characters and idols. People think that all Japanese women must be very easy. You know, as myself.
People say that? Oh my god.
Yes, me lord.
As a YouTuber.
I mean, if you gotta be like, well, you gotta be like 16 to think that. Like, I remember I went to the anime club in high school because I thought the girls in the anime club would look like the girls in anime. But like, I was like 15 at the time, right? So I was a fucking idiot.
it's been hard to be taken seriously.
Yeah, I know,
Some
I
people
did.
don't really take my content seriously, and then watching my channel just because Japanese girl. And then once I got married to someone, many people left because they didn't care about content. Yeah, it's been like that. It's already kind of hard to be taken seriously, not as a.
Oh, that's the way it is for any girl. Like, if a girl goes and announces that she is in a relationship, then there's a lot of people in chat that just got cucked. It is, and it's like I was really glad. Like nowadays, like most of my viewers are like either in long-term relationships or married or happily neats. But like I remember whenever I got in my first on-stream relationship, that even affected my viewership. My viewers even got mad about that, and I was a fucking guy. Do you remember that? Like, it's totally, no, I couldn't even fucking believe it. Yeah, every other donation was like, yeah, it was nuts. The mentality is very common in Japan. Well, what I'm saying is it's common here too. I mean, let's be honest. They can't relate anymore. Parasocial relationships, well, it's also like, I mean, bros before hoes. What's she doing here? You know what I mean?
Cute, submissive, easy Japanese girl, but as a grown-up adult woman in general. And then recent YouTubers, right? Especially those street interviews, focusing on negative sides of Japanese women doesn't help anything about my situation, other women's situation, who are doing everything right. I know, sometimes it should be discussed, but what is the purpose of those creators by covering those topics? You know, I don't see any bigger purpose. Horone, see? Do you know any JB women as friends? Can you introduce me? Yes. This actually happened in my real life too when I was younger. I mean, this is not.
Oh my god.
I'm attacking those creators. I think this is a very legit criticism. Well, yeah, thanks for listening to my TED talk.
Well, that's nice. Well, I think this is just like, I think all the time about, oh my god, is that a knife? I think all the time, I'll link you guys a video. This was a nice, wholesome video. I think she's right, I do. And, yeah, baby doesn't have a face. Well, a lot of people don't want to have their kids, it's a fan. Oh, I thought that was a knife. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I thought that's what it was. Austin moment? I could explain why I thought that, but I won't. But anyway, so basically, I think it's very clear that ninja stereotypes, no. It's not because she's Asian. It's not that. It's that actually nothing to do with that specifically. It has to do with another situation that I had with an individual. But anyway, so let me go back and kind of like try to remember what I was gonna say before about this. Yeah, moving on. Yeah, so it's very obvious that, of course, in Japan, there's going to be a lot of different people that have, you know, like they're behaving differently. They've got different values. And if you interview one group of people, that group of people is not going to be the only group of people that exists in Japan. That's just how it is, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It's not that big of a surprise. I'll link you guys the video again. But yeah, it seems pretty fair.
Job's done. Yes, me lord. Job's done. Our allies' town is under siege. What is it? Our
Biggest meltdown of the year?
Speed running an intro here. I just learned about some of the most entertaining drama of 2024. I saw it through Evil Timely's video covering the situation 2 weeks
When a
ago.
company cyberbullies a random person.
And it is still going currently today. It's about the CEO of a parchment paper business losing his mind and having this whiny temper tantrum meltdown, all because he watched a TikTok video of a girl being cooked a meal by her father.
When I told my dad I was going to be getting him the same pants that Gordon Ramsay has, he was so excited. I'm talking about the hex-clad pants, and today
It's a super innocent video of this girl's dad making a meal. And the CEO of parchmentpaper.com was angrier about this than he would be if he walked in on his wife having sex with another man. Though it is quite the stretch of imagination to envision this guy, this lunatic, with any kind of companionship in his life. So after watching this, he was infuriated, went on the actual company's business account, and left a mean comment, which started a series of events he couldn't have possibly foreseen.
I posted a video yesterday of my dad cooking for me with these hex-clad pants that we had gotten. There was a comment on there where the person goes, "Must be tough living a life on easy mode."
Okay.
I also didn't think the comment was rude at first, so I responded with, "Lucky to have parents who make it possible." And they responded, "Yeah, we get it. You have no skills and family money."
That's already such a weird comment right there. Must be nice living life on easy mode when it's just a girl getting cooked a meal by a caring father.
It sounds like, you know what this is? Unresolved personal trauma. This person has some sort of chip on their shoulder. They had a problem with their dad growing up. There was some sort of situation that made them feel like they weren't special whenever they were a kid. And now they have to see this shit, and it just drives them fucking crazy. They unironically got triggered. That's right.
Like, how bitter and miserable can your life possibly be to just see something like that and be like, I gotta give her a piece of my mind?
Yep.
That's a line that's usually used in reference to camming or OnlyFans or something. Must be nice living life on recruit difficulty because men are giving you a ton of money just to be hot or be naked or something.
Yep.
And this guy's taking that same energy and putting it into this situation where it's just a girl being cooked a meal by her father.
It makes perfect sense if you realize that the person making the comment probably has a bad relationship with their parents or has some sort of chip on their shoulder that they're unhappy about. And so whenever they see something like this happen, it makes them really mad. That's why it's not about the girl at all. It's all about them.
Sense. So he's
That's
so
what I
upset
think.
that he's doing this from the actual business account for parchmentpaper.com. So the Parchment Paper Patriot is really
grew up poor, maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of people that grew up really poor, and they use this as like a badge of honor. You know, this is like a chip on their shoulder that they always have to remind people about and, you know, think about all the time. It's a big mistake.
having a conniption. And then the poster responds saying, you know, it's a supportive family, got lucky. She said she didn't even find it rude at first, which I don't know how you would see that as anything other than rude. But regardless, her response was super sweet, and he gets even more heated about that, fucking steam coming out of his ears, and goes, yeah, we get it, you have no skills and family money. What kind of projection is this? Holy insecurity. What do you mean you have no skills? All she did was show a video of her dad cooking her a good meal.
And it also didn't seem like, it's not like he was cooking it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe in other videos it shows that she's living in a mansion. But that just seemed like a nice kitchen. I mean, it's not like she's living in like a palace in Dubai. It just seemed like a house.
Ridiculous to assume that she has no skills. It's based on nothing.
Yeah.
She could have bow hunting skills, nunchuck skills. She could be one of the most skillful human beings on the fucking planet. We have no idea. And then he's going, it's just your family's money. You're suckling off their bosom because your parents have money. What is happening here? Do you have no skills because you probably order Uber Eats all the time? Is your skill just ruining businesses? Like, I mean, that's a pretty cool skill, I guess. But anyway, this is only the beginning of his rampage, and he just fully
this is pretty crazy that it's only 3 minutes into the video. Like, this is just like the intro. Like, oh my god.
destructs over the course of the next few hours.
What
It's
the
like
fuck?
Chaozu from Dragon Ball Z, when Chaozu latches onto Nappa and blows himself up, but the sacrifice was in vain because Nappa barely felt anything, really. That's what happens here. Parchment Paper Patriot blows up, and the girl, totally fine, and makes an absolute clown out of this guy. Dunks on him. She obliterates this man.
And at that point, I'm just like, okay, what the hell? Like, maybe this account is hacked, because from a business account, that seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I send them an email, and I'm like, hey, like, I think somebody's on your business account, like, leaving cyberbullying comments. Didn't say anything else.
Sure.
That was it. And then I get an email from the CEO of...
I think anybody in their right mind would assume that that business account is hacked, because what little toddler would be shitting their pants, soiling their diaper over something as simple as watching a TikTok video of a girl being cooked a meal by her father? So I think that's very sound logic. Oh, this account must be hacked, I'll let the business know. So she reaches out, and the CEO himself, Brandon Howard, steps forward, saying, I don't consider stating factual information is cyberbullying, but if you're offended over a comment about having no skill set while getting to frolic through life with family money as bullying,
Who is this guy?
I'd call the cyberbully police. Delete the comment and move along. Cheers. Brandon, I think the department we need on this case is the cringe police, because Jiminy Christmas.
I mean, but why use the company account though? Because like, I mean, does he not have a personal account? Like, why would he not just use his personal account? That's what's weird about this, right? I mean, yeah, to feel like important for it, to flex or something like that. I guess that's what it is.
It's holy cannoli. Oh, he tried a facts don't care about your feelings moment there.
Yeah.
What facts are we talking about? Her having no skill set?
The one he invented. He just invented
You
the
have
fact.
no idea who she is. You know nothing
Yeah.
about her. All you watched was her get cooked a meal. I'm sure your parents cooked you meals at some point, right? Maybe they don't anymore because you're probably insufferable to be around, so they probably cut you off. I imagine that's the case, which is why you're so upset over this moment.
That's the real reason. Exactly. Yeah. This is unresolved trauma between him and his parents for some reason that we don't even want to know or care about.
I don't see at all how this would be indicative of her just frolicking through life, coasting off of her family's money. That's a unreal leap in logic based on nothing at all. And honestly, she was like a good Samaritan here, like looking out for your business, thinking that you might have been hacked because of how awful this behavior is and how terrible the look it is for your business. And then you double down and make
It's
things
so stupid she thought it was fake.
significantly worse by being this big loser. Also, I love the chutzpah here from Big Baby Brandon to claim that she was offended over his comment, when this sensitive worm was offended first over her being made a meal.
Oh yeah, this is one of the worst things to happen on the internet, is that somebody goes out of their way to be obnoxious, and then other people go and they say, hey, get the fuck out of here. And then they're like, oh, well, look at me. Well, everybody likes to get offended now, just because I'm telling the truth. That's what it always is.
This guy needs to call the ambulance because
God.
he can't stop crying about this
I'm being
video
canceled.
of a father making a meal for his daughter.
Considering my parents literally grew up in mud huts, worked their ass off to get out of India, get us here, and get me to the position that I am and able to have a full-time job and a side career. Then he goes back to the page and goes, cyberbullying is even more funny, and the fact that you emailed us to tell us is actually hilarious. Enjoy
hilarious.
frolicking through life and leave the rest up to us adults who create actual economic value without a trust.
Yeah, leave the heavy lifting up to the real adults, like Brandon Howard, CEO of ParchmentPaper.com. It's comical
God.
that the parchment paper guy is trying to act hard here. Like, I don't know what he expected
Who
to
the
happen.
fuck uses like, do people still even use parchment paper? Like, I feel like, wasn't that like in Egypt or some shit? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid about this. Who the fuck uses parchment all the time? Really? In restaurants? Oh, restaurants use it. Okay, that makes sense. I should have watched more of The Office. Oh, it's for cookies. I see now. Okay. Yeah, I only think of like printer paper. Yeah, okay. Still.
He just looks so stupid, claiming that she's like a trust fund kid based on nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. All just gobbledygook here. All you saw was a video of her getting made a meal by her father. How could you possibly connect all of these weird dots? To me, it seems like the person who...
Well, it's easy for him to connect the dots because he's probably been radicalized by some sense of bullshit, some sort of bullshit on the internet. He's been spending the last 3 years of his life, ever since COVID, like watching videos about how easy women have it and about how, you know, people have it so easy, and, you know, thinking about how hard it was for him and all of this like bullshit that, you know, you spend 3 years dealing with that, and there's a little bit of brain rot that happens there.
Frolicking through life on easy mode is you, who has unlimited time in the day to respond to random people on TikTok and leave comments that just let everyone know that you're an outrageous asshole. Like, you must not be doing that well business-wise, if that's what it's boiled down to here.
They did send me a legal notice. It came from info@parchmentpapers.com, and it says that they are really worried about the safety of their team, and if I don't remove the defamatory posts on TikTok, they will be taking legal action, which I don't believe it's defamatory
because it's not defamatory at all.
Man, some people just don't know when to quit. This is really something special. Like, this is, I never thought it would be this stupid whenever it began. Like, this is really impressive, man. Oh my God. Even if what he said is true about her, what's the problem? If all she had family member, I would say it's not even his business. Because he's an asshole. Like, that's why. I mean, there's really nothing else to it than that. He's just an asshole.
All she did was share his comments, which are public, in that email, his statements, all from his mouth. This stupid douchebag is just doing one of those desperate Hail Mary maneuvers when they have nothing else left.
Well, he's trying to throw his weight around. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to, like, you know, assert that he's like this big shot that can shut somebody down like this. That's clearly what he's trying to do.
Their absolute best to save a sinking ship from the holes that they themselves have poked in it. And it doesn't work, and it actually leads to him looking like even more of a clown, because she points out some pretty interesting things about this cease and desist.
So yeah, like, I don't believe it's defamatory. I also don't believe you have a legal department because you signed it incorrectly. It says legal department at parchmentpapers.com. You forgot the dot.
Did you forget to delete the part where it says like your contact information because you're using a template? And also,
this is going to be like a really big tangent, but this kind of reminds me of whenever people would buy accounts in WoW, and like you would see somebody with like full gladiator gear, and they would play like they're like a 1600 player, or like keyboard turn, or like click all of their spells. This is like the same thing, where you have a CEO of a successful company that just at one point or another turns into just like some brain dead, like 17-year-old guy. Like, it just happened. Like, wait, how the fuck did he get replaced? Like, how the fuck did this happen? Why do you think it's successful? Oh, I don't know. I mean, at least he's got his own business. Maybe he's doing okay.
so what's with the cease and desist? I thought it was CEASE. Who's doing your spell check?
Good heavens, Brandon Howard did some...
Cease and desist. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation in this critical situation. If you choose to not publicly make a statement instructing your followers and fan base to cease and desist 100% from their attacks against our staff and company, every day we have to exhaust time and resources to, is just making our case against you further solidified.
Ayahuasca and tried to send a cease and desist and lost himself somewhere in the sauce.
It's like this guy bought the account. Like, how
so
is this
apparently it was
real?
signed incorrectly from legal department at parchmentpapers.com, and then here's some more information on it, I suppose, where he left in your contact information in brackets.
Yeah,
so
it's a
as
copy
she points
pasta.
out, that means he's most likely using a template here. That is actually that shit on a teleprompter where it's like, wait for applause, and you say it out loud.
Please
and
clap.
Like, oh, I made a big boo-boo because I wasn't supposed to read that. He fucking left that in. This absolute buffoon. And the goober doesn't even know what a cease and desist is. He did seize and desist. Holy shit. I think he's the only one that works at this company. Nobody else saw
I would hope
this
so.
before the email got sent out.
Jeez, I would hope so. Imagine having to work with this guy. This guy's insane.
his supposed legal department okayed this? If he does have a legal department, they need to be fired right now. They need to get fired yesterday, because that is a disgrace. That is not a legal document whatsoever.
The legal department is ChatGPT. Well, actually, it's not, because ChatGPT would have done a better job.
Fucking your contact information in brackets, cease and desist. You couldn't have made that any worse. This legal document he tried to send over is now more worthless than the parchment paper that he's built his life upon.
Another day, another email. This time you decided to fix the typos. Congratulations. And you also told me you're fixing the typos. Very interesting thing for your legal typos.
Fix the typos. In case you couldn't figure out, we're very serious about this issue, as your direct actions to intentionally harm us and our company is not being taken lightly. We expect to see action taken within 48 hours. See attached. In all caps.
Congratulations. And you also told me you're fixing the typos. Very interesting thing for your legal department to say.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. She is cooking him harder than the meal that her father cooked her in the first place that started all of this. I love how he proudly calls attention to fixing the typos. Like a student in class, like...
Well, how he does it is he does it in a way that's trying to make her look stupid for, like, noticing the typos. It's like she's stupid because she's like, hey, by the way, there's typos in this.
Excuse me, teacher. I fixed the spelling mistakes in the cursive. Fixed the typos just in case you couldn't figure out. We're very serious about this issue, as your direct actions to intentionally harm to us. Oh my god. The grammar is diabolical as well. And our company is not being taken lightly. We expect action to be taken within 48 hours. See attached. It's probably a picture of Brandon Howard's butthole here going spread goatsy on her. So, this is clearly, again, written by someone that is lacking a 4th grade education. Brandon, I think your first hire at parchmentpaper.com, or pardon me, parchmentpaper.com, should be an English tutor for yourself here. This is bad. How you even attempt to run a business is beyond me. I guess they just let anyone into the parchment paper industry these days.
I don't understand how a person can have such little, like, self-awareness. It's like whenever I see somebody do this, I always assume that they're having a mental episode. This is some sort of, like, mental problem that's, like, manifesting, right? This is a mental episode. Because they aren't, yeah, it's incredible. A chemical imbalance, yeah. There's some chemical imbalance here.
But, yeah. So, Brandon again tries to strike back here, and again looks super dumb for it. But congrats on fixing the typos, idiot.
But your cease and desist at the bottom, I saw that it said rocketlawyer.com. So of course I had to call them and ask them, is this a real legal document? And they said no immediately, and they said this looks like a phishing scam and you should probably not respond.
What?
Oh god, even rocketlawyer.com's shooting spitballs at Brandon
Wait,
now.
what?
Just saying that, no, it's definitely not real. It's probably a phishing scam. Don't respond to it. Oh, what do you use the parchment paper for, Brandon? Honestly, it's almost poetic that the guy who owns a paper business can't read or write very well. I think that's poetic almost.
Anyways, then you decided you were going to start using my work email, which is public, to sign me up for corn sites, for Scientology, but...
She means porn sites. They say that on TikTok because it will, like, I don't know if this is some sort of superstition or it actually gets you demonetized. I have no idea. But that's the word. It's a blacklist word, exactly. It flags the video, so people say corn instead. So the guy is using her email to, like, sign her up for stuff? This is the pettiest fucking thing I've ever seen. What a freak, I know.
You forgot that those companies will actually send you the IP where the accounts were made from. And it's funny because it's pinging in California and I'm not in California, so...
Wait, so she called the company to look up and, oh my fucking god.
Job's done.
But I do remember that on Trustpilot, when you had your address up, it was coming up in California. Suspicious, huh?
Brandon's out here collecting L's like the Infinity Stones. He is greedy for that shit. He can't stop losing. And I can't stop thinking about how he signed off that legal document about like having 48 hours to comply or whatever.
Cease and desist.
Trying to give it like a deadline. Like, this is the ultimate. You gotta do it within 40
Yeah.
hours or else it's gonna get serious. People will tell.
Oh yeah.
That's just so lame. Like, I feel like you must have just watched Mission Impossible. It's
Well, this kind of stuff works for people that have had no friction in their own life, and they think that they can bully people around. You know, maybe Brandon grew up and he had a good amount of money growing up, and so because of that, he thinks that he can kind of push people around with this kind of stuff, and maybe it's worked in the past for whatever reason. But whenever, you know, you go up against a normal person that doesn't have anything to hide or something like that, then yeah, it's obviously not going to work very well.
at some point this message will self-destruct upon finish. That kind of thing, and he tried to channel that into this document here to give like a sense of urgency.
Nepo parchment
so
boy,
flat.
apparently.
But you want attention so freaking bad because you will not stop talking about this. You are basically the only one who is still talking about this at this point.
This
Since
is
my
another
initial
video.
email to you where I thought your company was hacked, I have not tried to contact you. At first, you were laughing and sipping Mai Tais on the beach, and then you were having crybaby sales because this was drawing you so...
Wait, he's doing another one. Let's call it the Crybaby Special. Our thousands of real customers will appreciate this. Oh my god. I just love how he's involving the business. Like, this is crazy.
Job's done.
Like, I don't know if I've ever seen something this stupid before. Why? What is this?
much attention.
So this video is only 3 days old.
I mean, to be fair, he did spell, he did use the correct reel. It's not R-E-E-L, which, I mean, for this guy is kind of impressive.
Just weeks after Brandon's biblical meltdown. And he's still going on about it. So this is a screenshot from his Crybaby special.
Yeah.
Which, oh my god, the irony almost makes me sick. This fucking guy lacks self-awareness to an almost delusional degree. He is the only one that has been crying.
Yep.
He started with the waterworks and the French cries because he watched a girl get cooked a meal by her father. He is the crybaby. And yet
And
he's
the thing is, like,
Like,
I wouldn't want to do business with this person. Like, if I was doing business with them, I would immediately be like, yeah, man, we gotta figure something else out. Sorry. And it's actually not because of this. It's not really because of the drama itself. It's because whenever I realize that I'm in business with an unreasonable or illogical person, I know that they can't be trusted. They're mental. So how can you, like, what can you do to stop that? How can you get that, how can you get away from that? There's nothing to do. So, like, whenever you are dealing with a person who is unstable or unpredictable or illogical, the best thing that you can do is remove yourself from the situation.
still trying to push it on everyone else like they're the problem.
Check the company
Our
page.
thousands of real customers will appreciate this. On sale, custom dimensions on demand. Boy, howdy, Brandon. Custom dimension parchment paper?
Wow.
I'm out the door. I gotta get on that right now. All these real customers are probably just so excited
happy.
by this. Nothing makes me believe in a company quite like them referring to their customers as the real customers. I'm sure there's probably dozens of them. Dozens.
The fake legal letters were not working. You thought it would be a smart idea to reach out to my boss at the agency that I work for and ask him to remediate the situation for you. You thought you could tell my boss to tell me to delete my videos. Just because you involved your business by commenting from your business profile does not mean that you get to include my place of work.
Pathetic, slimy tactics.
And this is, yep, see, there it is. What? Yeah, he's trying to call her work. Trying to, like, dox her, get into her life, and, you know, bully her into doing that. Oh my god, it's harassment? Oh, it's absolutely harassment. I mean, it was harassment 5 minutes ago.
I'm an absolute grease ball here. So he apparently contacts her boss to try and whine to him to fix it, which obviously didn't do anything.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Brandon, this is so sad. This is so embarrassing.
I wonder if he ever goes and thinks to himself, like, in this process of this, he's like, I know I should stop, but I'm in too deep now, and I can't stop. or it will hurt my ego. So I have to play this out to the bitter end because of like some sort of like sense of pride or something like that. I wonder if he ever had like that moment of like, oh God, I'm ruining my life, but I have to. I can't stop now.
When all of this failed and you thought it would be a great idea to send me one more email stating that you will deal with it as you see fit, whatever the hell that means, and then you decided to add this banner to your website, I'm sure you think that this is
We do not support woke, feminist, cancel culture, hate mobs who do nothing positive in our community.
So spicy. We do not support woke, feminist, cancel culture, hate mob groups who do nothing positive in our community. On his official parchmentpaper.com website, this guy has lost marbles. He's off his board right now. He's going sicko mode. Brother, what are you even talking about? All she did was showcase your comments and made fun of you. What is the woke, feminist, cancel culture movement here? You made yourself look
07 all orders. I don't even think that the customers probably, like, you have to think about this. Like, if some guy runs a bakery, this is probably just some blue-collar guy. He probably doesn't even know this happened. He's like, oh wow, it's cheap this month? Great. Does he even fucking know or care? Why would anybody give a fuck? Like, they don't have no idea it's even happening.
Stupid and people clowned on
Yeah,
you
he doesn't,
for it,
and he doesn't
rightfully
want to
so.
care.
You are the problem. And also, didn't you just try one of those cancel culture maneuvers by contacting her boss and her place of work to get her in trouble because of you and your beef with her? How can you lack self-awareness to this degree? It's almost criminal.
People loves cancel culture when it's used against people they don't like. The whole idea of, oh, I'm against cancel culture, this is a lie. People are not against cancel culture. They're against people using cancel culture against people that they agree with. That's the difference.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies. So,
the guy hates
got
women.
this now
Yeah.
proudly posted on his website at that point. And I also love how he says that she does nothing positive for the community. When you came out of nowhere, the negative Nancy, just saying that she lives life on easy mode and has no skills and relies on her family's money, all just because she had a video of her father cooking for her. What are you talking about? What positive shit do you bring to the world, Brandon? Now, I will say, that section right there is just so outlandish with the woke feminist cancel culture mob being on the paper's website.
Well, this is what happens, right? What this kind of reminds me of is like whenever you're fighting a boss and it goes into phase 2, and it's like Ludwig in Bloodborne, and it's just, it turns into this like freakish fucking animal. It's like, you thought it was fucked up and weird before? Well, now this is like its full power. It's like feminist cancel culture, like hate mob. What the fuck? It's just, yeah, he's enraged. Yeah, he's unleashed his real power level.
So over the top that I have to believe that might actually be faked by somebody, and I also struggle to believe that Brandon would be competent enough to even put that on his website in the first place. I just don't think he has the capability to do that, and I really don't think he has a team around him. I think it's just him. So I think that one might not be real, but to argue against that point, his statements on the official Black Label...
Let's find out if it's real. What's the website called? Free shipping.
Our town is under siege. Ready to work.
Yeah.
Done. Ready to work. Righto.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything crazy right here.
Work. Ready to work. What?
It's just a...
Off I go then. Yes, my lord.
It's just a website.
For Instagrams, echo that same sentiment about like
No,
the
it probably got removed. No, it probably did.
whole cancel culture mob and all of that shit. So there is a chance that it's real. Like, there is a very good chance that it's real, but I do want to put it out there that I haven't been able to 100% confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is, because as of right now, it's not on the website. But he could have just deleted it after backlash.
But you continue to talk about it, you continue to make stories about it, and you continually want the attention. As if all of this was not enough, you decided...
More work. Yes, my lord. Ready to work.
This is unbelievable, man. How is he still going? This man doesn't know when to quit. All you fucking losers need to stop messaging us about a fake TikTok account made by Dine in Toronto and her dumbass minions because her fragile little ego couldn't handle a couple of smart-ass comments on IG about skill set and money. I've never had that commie bullshit app TikTok in my entire life. Oh, because it's from China, right. And tell that little midget bobblehead Danish guy to get off my nuts. Fucking losers, I swear. It's been 2 weeks and I still have to deal with this childish bullshit. She's too immature to settle this privately, and I'm not going to let some woke hate mob ruin my reputation because they live in some mystical fairyland of make-believe and think because they have 20k followers, they're doing something in life. 3 clown emotions.
Job's done. What? More work?
Oh my god, bro. Somebody needs to put this guy in a padded room.
That you were going to start making all of your stories on
Oh
your
my god! Wow, look at all this. Okay, let's read it. Here we go. Pretty funny how Business Insider, Bloomberg, and BuzzFeed all reached out for comment about me making a comment on some fragile ego wannabe influencers' Instagram about their lack of skill set frolicking through life, where she got so offended she incited an entire woke hate mob smear camp. This guy thinks he's Donald Trump. Against me to get me canceled. Fake accounts were made by her delusional woke followers to fuel the fire to fit her narrative, yet when I cleared up the reality of the situation with all 3 of the media outlets, it didn't fit their narrative either, which was to further extend the adult children drama. So after 9 years in business, 3 business publications, I wouldn't say BuzzFeed is a business publication, I'd say that's 2 business publications, don't care about the good I've done and the help I give to people on a daily fucking basis. Their entire goal is to just hate people who try and do good. They demand respect, yet do absolutely nothing to earn it, and hate every person who doesn't bend over for their spineless agenda. I'm sure he means spineless agenda. Fucking goofballs. If you're just gonna try to shit on me, my brand, my business, and companies, you losers need a fucking job, hobby, and life outside of TikTok. Fucking losers in their 20s with an 11-year-old intelligence, but yeah, I'm the asshole. I mean, I mean, if anybody has an 11-year-old intelligence, I mean... I mean, you know, like...
Or Black Label Paper account involving your other company.
Oh my god! There's even more! Someone says, yeah, I can confirm the blogger you're referring to is an awful person with a huge ego. Oh, okay. She's referring to the fragile ego wannabe influencers, man. Oh my god. The mage thing out of these lowlights have nothing to do with their time except circle jerk each other on TikTok.
Now, for no apparent reason, take down another company, why don't you?
So this is his other business that he's now calling in off the bench for this drama. I cannot imagine why he thought that'd be a good idea, but it's Black Label Paper. So all of his businesses are parchment and paper related.
It's the Paper Avengers, led by a paper tiger.
I would wager a guess that the quality of his product is most likely atrocious, probably not even like worthy to be toilet paper if I had to guess. So he goes, all you fucking losers need to stop messaging us about a fake TikTok account made by her and her dumb-ass minions because her fragile little ego couldn't handle a couple smart-ass comments on IG about skill set and money. I've never had the commie bullshit app TikTok in my entire life. A bold-faced lie. Also, why would you be posting this on your business account again? Like, your real customers that didn't know about any of this are now being made aware of it, and you look so...
He probably doesn't even have, like, I mean, this is just like, I mean, how many people are probably following this account? Probably, like, what, like 400? The guy probably hate watches Hassan. The guy probably, all he does is hate watch things.
Pathetic in all of it. And tell that little... Oh my god. Oh, what? Oh, I can't even read these.
It's so cringe, isn't it? It's so bad. It's like you feel like a loser even whenever you're reading it that somebody else wrote it. Like, if you're have you ever had something that bad? It's like I can't even I can't even stand to read this because of how fucking pathetic it is. It hurts to even read.
Holy shit. Fucking losers, I swear, it's been 2 weeks almost and still have to deal with this childish bullshit. You are the only one keeping it up, by the way. You are the only one that still is doing this and engaging with it. No one else is talking about it. This drama it's dried up. It's gone stale. But he keeps putting it on people's radar. He keeps serving this up on a plate to us. He's cooking it.
This man needs a PR department. This guy doesn't need a PR department. He needs a, he needs to go to, like, an institution or something. Like, this people... Like, this is the same way I feel about, like, a lot of Karens and stuff like that. Is that I actually think these people... I think there's something wrong with them. I do. It's like, you ever had, like, a computer that, like, just doesn't go past BIOS post? It just... It'll load up, and then it will just not open Windows, and it'll just die again, then load up. Like, it's just a it's a broken PC. You just gotta fix the PC. Like, this is the same thing, right? It's like there's some games, like, I remember I had a version of Pokemon Yellow that wouldn't save. So, like, I could play through the game, but if I turned it off and I tried to save the game, wouldn't save. Like, this is the way I feel about this person. They're just broken to broken. It's like a three-legged dog or something, you know? Well, at least that's, it's like you feel bad for a dog. Like, I don't even really feel bad for these people, but they're just defective.
It for us. And we're eating it. He's doing it. He's the chef. She is too immature to settle this privately, and I'm not going to let some woke hate mob ruin my reputation because they live in some mystical fairyland of make-believe and think because they have 20k followers they're doing something in life. Clown emojis. I also can't help but laugh at how much he keeps trying to throw out woke, cancel culture, all of that kind of shit. Just a bunch of...
I wonder if he's trying to do the, like, I'm being canceled and try to grift other right-wing people into, like, taking his side and then being like, oh, well, let's support this person because he's, like, tribally part of our group. You think maybe this is, like, some sort of, like, a retard marketing thing? Like, I don't think that's the case. And the reason why I don't think that's the case is because of the private messages. But if he was a little bit smarter, I would believe it. Yeah, I don't think that he's smart enough to think that.
Even apply here, because all that happened was she showed these comments from a laughably embarrassing CEO that he publicly made and then shared his email where he doubled down on it. That's it. It's all his fault. There's nothing else beyond that. And he just can't accept it. He can't come to terms with reality because he lives in the mystical...
Pillow Mike? Oh yeah, that's right. Mike Liddell. Did he ever publish that stuff that proved that Trump was innocent and that he's still the president? Did he do that? No? Why not? Why didn't he do it? Did he forget?
Job's done.
It's coming, just wait. Guys, it's gonna be in 2 weeks, it's coming out. What does that have to do with right wing? This person is clearly a right-wing person. How much do you want to bet that this is a right-wing person? I would say we're in like the 99% chance of likelihood. It's like he's using their moveset. He's saying their words. He's doing their voice lines. If it acts like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a fucking duck.
Fairyland. Like, he's in the fucking Narnia. Nobody else. It's just him. Here's another one of his posts, this time on a really cute background. He talks about Business Insider and some articles reaching out for a comment. Some fragile ego wannabe influencer IG about their lack of skill set and frolicking through life, where she got so offended and cited the woke hate mob smear campaign against me to get me canceled. Fake accounts were made by her delusional woke followers. He just keeps sprinkling that in there as much as possible, just trying desperately.
Right-wingers in chat being mad being compared to him? No, I know. And like even any normal right-wing person that sees this is like, no, we don't want this guy. This guy's an idiot. No, we don't get, no, he's an asshole. Yeah, no, that's the best part about it is like, yeah, even if people that agree with him, like, yeah, this guy's an idiot. The fuck?
More gold is required.
It cleared up the reality of the situation with all three media outlets. It didn't fit their narrative either, which was to further extend the adult-children drama.
Yes, my lord.
So after 9 years in business, 3 business publications don't care about the good I've done and the help I give to people on a daily fucking basis. Yeah, I'm sure your parchment is invaluable. I'm sure you're doing a great service. You really seem like a stand-up gentleman. Their entire goal is just to hate people who try and do good. You really seem like you're striving to do good, Brandon. You really fucking do, brother. Yeah. What a saint. Oh, they demand respect, yet do absolutely nothing to earn it.
One thing that I've learned is that if a person will pop off and melt down at one person, they've probably done it before and they'll do it again. Like, I generally have, like, once somebody reveals their power level of being an insane person to me, I never trust them. I can never trust that person to be normal ever again, because they will pop off again.
Every person who doesn't bend over for their spineless agenda.
Yep, all
You're
it takes
shit
is
on me,
one
my brand,
meltdown.
business and companies. You losers need a job, hobby, life outside of TikTok. Fucking losers in their 20s with an 11-year-old intelligence. But yeah, I'm the asshole. Yeah, you are the asshole, Brandon. Also, you're the one with the 11-year-old intelligence. You can't even read and write properly. You tried to make a legal department, like to cosplay as a legal department, and couldn't even get the emails correctly. Typos out the wazoo, and even in the ones where you fix the typos.
I think that's an insult to 11-year-olds. I'm pretty sure a lot of 11-year-olds could probably do a better job than that. And I'm not kidding. Like, if I was 11, I probably would have remembered to take out the contact thing. I mean, come on. It's pretty obvious that it's not supposed to be there.
Been proudly proclaimed that you fix the typos,
Cease
and you
and
still make a
desist.
typo. You suck. Like, you were the one with the child brain.
Sure what your end game here is, and I'm not even sure that you know what your end game here is, but in your own words, I don't have time to bicker back and forth about some nonsense comments, nor is it my problem that you're offended over them.
Wait,
nonsense.
delete it if you're so worried about it. No, yeah. It seems like it's not his problem. And he doesn't have time to... He doesn't have time to do it. Well, a good thing his company does.
Comments, nor is it my problem that you're offended over them.
Yeah, that about sums that up. I think she did a great job of just closing the book on it with that final statement there.
like...
Fucking fire. I think this whole drama has been so wacky. Like, entertainingly silly. All over nothing. It started over nothing. Just a really insecure, sensitive guy who lost his mind. And couldn't help but do as much damage to him and his business's reputation. And very impressive stuff. I had to talk about this when I learned about it.
Yeah, you could just never trust a person like this, man.
Thanks to Pinely for showing me this, because this is gold. This is some of that, like, top tier drama. You know what I mean? So I had to talk about it. That's about it. See ya.
I can't believe this.
What is it?
How the fuck does somebody do this?
Yes, my lord. Off I go then.
I don't... Like, what the fuck is wrong with somebody?
Ready to work.
Mental deficiency, yeah, I know. If you consider parents making dinner for their kids living life on easy mode, damn, that's just sad. What a weird guy. What even happened? This girl posts a video of her, like her dad cooking food for her. And it really triggers this guy who's the CEO of a company. And then he goes and comments on the company account that she's like living life on easy mode and that she has no skills. Dude has mental issues? He's gotta have mental issues. Do you think that's the whole story? Or the guy's getting this mad is strange. It makes me think there's more to the story, maybe. So you think that, well, what you're saying is like, you think that maybe that she's leaving out information? No, because if that was true, then he would have shown it. If she was actually doing something that was bad behind the scenes, he would have shown it instead of writing out entire text boxes on Instagram story reels. But he didn't do that. Maybe go look at her page and see what kind of content she did before this. Well, who cares about that? Why would that matter? If there was more to the story, it's a guarantee that he would have publicized it towards his supposed intended support audience. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I don't think that there's any other sense of compliment or you know, like content here or context. I don't think there's anything else that happened. I think that this is just a person with some sort of mental disorder, mental deficiency. There's something wrong with them. I don't know how. I don't know why. And I frankly don't really care. It's just an annoying person that's being annoying. That's it. Your contact information, cease and desist. As I said, it's like an 11-year-old took over the account. Is this gonna make the same mistake as a game journalist, like NDA information? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I remember that. I do. Viral marketing campaign for the Parchment Company? No, I don't think so. I think that people like this, sometimes they do the I was only pretending to be stupid thing, where they're like, oh, well, haha, I did this for viral guerrilla marketing. No, you didn't. You're just being an idiot and you're trying to salvage the situation. That's really what they're doing. But I don't even think that's what's going to happen. Girl can't stand a woman being right. I mean, it's not even a girl can't stand a woman. Like, she wasn't right or wrong. Like, how can you be right or wrong about buying somebody a pair of pants when you trust those parchments if this dude is handling them? I just can't trust, like, as I said, I have a very strict policy. I'll link you guys the video. This is amazing. I have a very strict policy of people. Anybody who behaves in a way that I feel like is irrational or illogical, I immediately try to remove them from my life in as many ways as possible. So, like, if somebody acts like gets mad randomly, if somebody like goes and like starts yelling at me or anything like that, like I immediately get rid of them. I don't want to deal with anybody like that. I have a very generally calm life, and so anybody who's moody, I don't deal with that. If you're moody and you change if you have like these like mood swings, I'm just simply not interested in having anything to do with you. And as soon as those people reveal their power level to me, then I understand, and it's like, thank God sometimes it happens early, and then you can just immediately distance yourself. What if it's your partner? Funny thing about that. Why do you think I came up with this rule?
Ready to work.
Really funny thing about that. That's such a crazy thing to say.
Off I go then. Our allies' town is under siege.
Προσοχή, νέο duck plump. Το πρώτο μας γκλος για ακραίο όγκο. What the duck?
Is there an epidemic of loneliness? I personally, this is like a really weird perspective to have. I think I'm a lot different than a lot of other people in the way that, like, I kind of like being alone a lot of the time. So from my perspective, I think there's an epidemic of people feeling lonely and not feeling comfortable being by themselves. I don't think that's the only thing, and there's a lot more to it than that. But I do think that's a factor that people just don't really talk about a lot. Because there's a lot of people that, like, back in the day used to work by themselves most days. Think about like a farmer or something like that. Being lonely doesn't equal being alone. Yeah, but like then that becomes very complex to talk about. Well, anyway, let's look at what they have to say.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Cold Fusion. He held his phone close, eyes searching for privacy. The man scarcely noticed the subway riders around him, or the 90-year-old artist sketching his hunched frame from across the train. In the 7 decades since Alex Katz first drew the outlines of commuters on New York City's early morning trains, the chattering riders and newspapers had all but gone. In their places were people who rode alone, together.
That's really cool. I don't know why. I just think that's so fucking cool. That like this same guy used to draw pictures of people looking at the newspaper, and it's now people looking at their phone.
Light in their eyes, reflecting the glow of their smartphone. That was a quote from the Dallas Morning News. This short imagery is something that we see and all understand, but never really think deeply about. Why does it seem like less people are talking to each other in public? Why do we collectively prefer the dim glow of a smartphone screen?
I think also another reason why people don't like talking in public is that the amount of people that get recorded in public without their consent has a chilling effect on people wanting to interact with each other. Because like you never know if somebody's trying to talk to you for like a YouTube video or something like that. or if you say the wrong thing, you could get like recorded and then put on the internet and people like shit on you. I think there's a lot of people that are kind of a little bit on edge because of that. And I don't think that's the main reason.